take a moment to get comfortable. You don't need to sit a certain way. You don't need to relax perfectly. Just let your body be however it is right now. You made it here, and that matters. Tonight, I want to speak directly to you, not to explain something at you, not to teach you, just to sit with you and talk gently about something very quiet, something very personal. Tonight, we're talking about dignity and how it is slowly restored after shame. If that word, shame, already feels heavy, you're not doing anything wrong. You don't have to revisit memories. You don't have to analyze your past. You don't even have to know why this topic feels close to you. If all you can do right now is listen, that is more than enough. You're safe to just be here. Before we go any further, I want you to know something important. This is not about fixing yourself. It's not about becoming stronger. It's not about forcing confidence or self-love. This is about understanding, and understanding can be very gentle. So if at any point your mind drifts or your eyes grow heavy, that's okay. You don't need to hold onto every word. Let the words come to you, let them pass through, take what feels helpful and leave the rest. Dignity is a strange thing. Most of the time, we don't even notice it's there. It lives quietly in the background, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you feel allowed to take up space, in the way you believe you deserve kindness. But when dignity is hurt, you feel it immediately. Something shifts. You might feel smaller, quieter, more careful. And even if no one else can see it, you can feel it inside. That's why this topic is so tender. Because losing your sense of dignity doesn't just feel embarrassing. It can feel like disappearing. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance you've experienced a moment or maybe many moments where something happened that made you feel exposed, judged, or reduced to something less than who you are. And maybe you've wondered why, even long after the situation ended, you still don't feel quite the same. There is a reason for that, and there is nothing wrong with you for it. As we talk tonight, I want you to imagine this conversation as something slow and steady. No rushing, no pressure to heal. No expectation to feel better by the end. Just a space where you're allowed to be honest about how things really feel. A space where dignity doesn't have to prove itself. Take a slow breath in and let it out gently. You don't need to prepare yourself. You don't need to brace. We're going to move through this one quiet step at a time. We'll start by understanding what shame does and why dignity sometimes has to hide. Shame is not just an emotion. It's an experience that settles into the body. When something shameful happens, your mind doesn't process it the same way it processes ordinary pain. It doesn't file it away as that was difficult. Instead, it asks a much more dangerous question. What does this say about me? And that's where things begin to change. Shame has a way of turning moments into meanings. A single experience can quietly reshape how you see yourself. Not because you're weak, not because you're dramatic, but because the human brain is wired to protect its place in the world. Long ago, being rejected or humiliated meant danger. It meant losing safety, losing belonging, losing protection. So when shame appears, your nervous system reacts as if something essential is at risk. You might notice this in small ways. Maybe you started to speak less or apologize more or second guess yourself before you even act. Maybe you became hyper-aware of how others see you. Or maybe you learned to disappear quietly so no one could take anything else from you. These are not flaws. These are adaptations. Your mind learned how to survive a moment that felt too exposing. Shame doesn't say, you made a mistake. Shame says, you are the mistake. And when the mind absorbs that message, dignity doesn't fight back. Dignity is not loud or aggressive. It's soft. It's steady. It relies on safety. So when shame enters, dignity steps away, not because it's gone, but because it doesn't feel safe to stay visible. This is why, after shame, you might still function, still smile, still move forward, yet feel disconnected from your sense of worth. If you've ever wondered why encouragement doesn't land, why compliments slide off, and just be confident feels impossible, it's because shame closed the door, and your mind is standing guard in front of it. Not to trap you, but to protect you. I want you to hear this part carefully. The way you responded to shame was intelligent. It was your system doing its job with the information it had at the time. You didn't choose to feel smaller. You adapted to survive. And dignity understands that. So when dignity feels upset, it's not punishing you. It's waiting for safety. It's waiting for proof that it's okay to come back out. And that's why restoration is never instant. It's gradual. It's quiet. It's earned through gentleness. Take a slow breath here. There is nothing wrong with how your mind tried to protect you, and there is nothing broken about the pace at which you heal. Dignity doesn't return all at once. After shame, it can feel distant, quiet, almost hidden. That can be frustrating, especially when you want to feel whole again immediately. But your mind and body are protecting you. Dignity waits until it senses safety. It waits for gentle reminders that the world is not as dangerous as the moment that hurt you felt. Restoration happens slowly in small moments of safety and care. Dignity returns in small, quiet ways. It comes back when someone treats you gently, when someone believes you, when someone listens without judgment. Sometimes it comes back when you treat yourself kindly, even if you don't feel deserving yet. You don't need to feel confident for dignity to exist. You only need to stop punishing yourself for what happened. Each gentle, safe moment teaches your mind that it's okay to let dignity return. Your brain doesn't restore dignity through forcing positive thoughts or telling yourself to just move on. It restores dignity through proof small, steady evidence that you are safe, that you are seen, that you are valued. Noticing that you survived, noticing moments where you are respected, noticing that you are allowed to exist fully. These are the building blocks. Each moment quietly teaches your mind that it can trust again. I want you to hear this clearly. What caused your shame is not the same thing as who you are. You didn't lose your dignity. It stepped back. It's allowed to return slowly, at your pace, in your time. You're allowed to take as long as you need. There is no deadline. There is no failure. Dignity responds to gentleness, patience, and safety, not urgency, pressure, or force. So if dignity feels far away tonight, that doesn't mean it's gone. It means it's resting, and it will meet you again when you're ready. Take a slow breath. Let yourself feel safe. Let yourself feel seen, even in the quiet. Each gentle moment, each soft reassurance, each act of care toward yourself or from others brings dignity a little closer. It is returning slowly, steadily, and always at your pace. Now, I want to ask myself, and maybe you too, what is dignity really? Is it something we own or something that the world grants us? Is it a feeling, a quiet confidence, or a right we all carry but sometimes forget? For shame, dignity can feel fragile, almost hidden, as if it has slipped away. But maybe it hasn't gone. Maybe it's just waiting quietly for us to notice it again. And here lies the paradox of dignity. It is something we carry, yet it feels so fragile. It is ours, yet so easily shaken by the gaze of others, by shame, by small betrayals. It can feel whole one moment and fractured the next. Can something so essential be so delicate? Perhaps that is its nature, to remind us that being seen, respected, and honoring ourselves is both a right and a careful living practice. Sometimes we get caught in arguments, improving ourselves, and avoiding shame at all costs. We focus on being right, on not looking foolish, on keeping appearances. But dignity is quieter than that. It isn't about winning or avoiding embarrassment. It is something deeper, something steady that lives inside us. Protecting it means choosing how we respond, how we honor ourselves, even when the world pushes us to react. Protecting dignity often means pausing before we speak, even when anger rises. It means holding our ground without tearing others down, staying true to our values rather than chasing approval. It means saying no gently, walking away quietly, or simply choosing silence when that is wiser. In these small decisions, dignity quietly thrives. It asks us to prioritize our inner worth over fleeting victories or the fear of looking small. When we protect dignity, we protect ourselves from the erosion that comes from constant compromise, from bending to avoid shame, from arguing to prove we are right. Each time we act with quiet integrity, we strengthen a part of ourselves that cannot be taken away. Dignity grows in the spaces where we choose self-respect over fleeting triumphs. We choose calm over chaos, presence over reaction. It is subtle, but it shapes everything we become. Protecting dignity matters more than winning arguments or avoiding shame, because it preserves the quiet center of who we are. Moments pass, conflicts fade. Embarrassment disappears, but the way we treat ourselves leaves a lasting mark. Choosing dignity is choosing to honor our own worth, even when the world pushes us to doubt it. It is choosing a life rooted in respect, patience, and self-trust, not fleeting approval or fear. So tonight, let yourself feel this. Dignity is yours to protect, quietly, steadily. In every choice you make, it asks neither applause nor validation, only honesty, patience, and care for yourself. When you choose dignity over winning, over avoiding shame, you are choosing to honor your true self. And that choice, repeated softly, day by day, is what builds a life of quiet strength, calm presence, and lasting respect for who you are.